Hello and welcome to another UCast video presented by the Student Involvement Office. Today we are talking about anti-hazing and how to report hazing. So what is hazing? Hazing is defined as any intentional action or situation, whether on or off campus, that causes mental or physical harm, embarrassment, harassment, or ridicule. Hazing is not defined by who it is done to, whether it be a new member or a veteran or old member. It is also not defined by the individual's willingness to participate. So here's some questions you can ask yourself if you don't know if it's hazing or not, or you can ask someone else if they are also unaware of whether or not it is hazing. So the first one is, would I feel comfortable participating in this activity if my parents were watching? Am I being asked to keep these activities a secret? Am I doing anything illegal? Does participation violate my values or those of my organization? Is it causing emotional distress or stress of any kind to myself or others? And finally, when I apply for jobs, can I take the burden of having a criminal arrest on my record? So for that last question, it's only if you are the person who's actually doing the hazing, because it is a crime to participate in hazing and intentionally harming others. So there are a couple different things that hazing can lead to that can be long-term. So thinking outside of your college years, this can affect you the rest of your life. So if you think that you are experiencing hazing and leading to this type of stuff, please talk to someone, whether it be the University Health Center or someone in the Career and Leadership Development Office to get more resources and information for you. So I'm going to go through a couple different things that you may see or feel and experience yourself. So hazing can lead to depression, anger, fear, confusion, guilt, betrayal, emotional duress from humiliation or intimidation, stress, illnesses, academic suffering, re-traumatization of past abuse, exhaustion, physical abuse, life-threatening activities, threats or implied threats, and forced consumption. So now we're going to talk about the connection between anti-hazing and Wisconsin law. No person may intentionally or recklessly engage in acts which endanger the physical health or safety of a student for the purpose of initiation or admission into or affiliation with any organization operating in connection with a school, college, or university. Under those circumstances, prohibited acts may include brutality of any nature, such as whipping, beating, branding, forced consumption of any food, liquor, drug, or other substance, forced confinement, or any other forced activity which endangers the physical health or safety of the student. So we're going to go through 3 myths about what people have said about hazing or what you may think about hazing and what the actuality of it is. So the first one is hazing is a problem for fraternities and sororities primarily. So the fact is, hazing is a societal problem. Hazing incidents have been frequently documented in the military, athletic teams, marching bands, religious cults, professional schools, and other types of organizations or clubs. Reports of hazing activities in high schools are on the rise as well. So I know a lot of people, when they think of Greek life, they think of the movies where they have a bunch of binge drinking and all of these activities that are hazing. That is not just limited to those types of organizations that you may see, but it could also be seen in any sports that you may join, any other clubs or societies that you may become a part of. But for the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater, no matter what type of organization it is a zero tolerance policy here. So if any hazing has been seen, documented, reported, all of that, then they are taken off of campus. So if you do see something like that, please report it. We will talk about that later on in this video. But also do not be afraid to go ahead and join any organization because of the principles that have been set. So for myth number 2, as long as there are no malicious intent, a little hazing should be okay. So the fact is, even though there's no malicious intent, safety may still be a factor in traditional hazing activities that are considered to be all in good fun. For example, serious accidents have occurred during scavenger hunts. So for myth number 3, it is hazing is an effective way to teach respect and develop discipline. So the fact is respect must be earned, not taught. So victims of hazing rarely report having respect for those who have hazed them. Just like any other form of victimization, hazing breeds mistrust, apathy, and alienation. And also, you should not have to prove your membership in these types of ways. It should just be about participation in whatever events that you are holding, participating in any competitions if that is a thing that is available in your organization. There are so many different ways to show that you want to be a part of this organization and respect everyone in it. Hazing is not one of those that needs to happen. If you feel you or someone you know is being hazed at any time, you should contact your organization's president or person in charge. If you are not comfortable with that, or if that person is part of the hazing process, you can feel free to contact the staff in career and leadership development. If it is a non-emergency, if it's something that is happening in that moment, there is bad things that could happen, there is someone hurt, stuff like that, please call the authorities. Do not call any of these numbers below, because that is for actually shutting down the hazing in general and not the event that might be happening that would need emergency assistance. And lastly, you can call the anti-hazing hotline at 262-472-HAZE, and that is for the Whitewater area. And there's also, if you want to just reach out to anyone in general, feel free to contact the Student Involvement Office as well. We are always available, and as you can see, our email is at the bottom as well. So thank you so much for listening to this UCast about anti-hazing, and if you have any questions, use any of the information below.